are a couple things that you're definitely digging into, or what a kid should be paying attention to when they decide to move forward academically?
At the junior college level or at any level?
We'll just say any level. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. From the eligibility perspective, I mean, you hit it right on the head with it, Coach, where, you need to go to your academic counselor. And then also your high school head coach will have more information on that in terms of what will make you academically eligible. And then quite frankly, any level of college football, if you have over a 3.0, that's usually like a good threshold. And, some schools cannot talk to you if you are under a 3.0, and that is just the average GPA. I'm a firm believer you need to be able to pursue other opportunities. But again, right, if you're able to take AP classes, right, like that's a huge advantage you have, and to do well in those AP classes as well. And then again, right, a lot of schools are becoming test optional, SAT, ACT, test optional schools. So yes, prepping for the SAT, ACT is great and everything, and the score will help you, if you do exceptionally well. But I think it's really imperative that you control what you can control, and it's your GPA threshold. It's very hard to sell, a school, whatever the level is, if you have a 2.3 GPA, cumulative GPA. Maybe you're figuring it out. Maybe you had an immaturity moment freshman year of high school. But again, everything is an evaluation. And, any program, if you are under a certain GPA and you cannot, take advantage of that, right? You need to make sure that you are handling your business in the classroom. I cannot stress that enough. Because there's high academic and high GPA players at all levels, right? But that just gives the coaches a sense of trust that you are going to be able to handle your business off the field. But again, to answer your question, sir, it's about talking to your academic counselor and also a high school head coach. And then again, maybe reach out to a player that's at another level, right? Whether it's at the Division III NAIA or Division I or Division II level, or heck, even the junior college level, and ask them, right, for advice as well. Because, you're friends, like you played together, your brother's on the field, so they can give you some advice to help you out.
Well, there's 2 points that, you have to think about when you think about academics. Well, okay, so some schools are not necessarily, it's optional, SATs, SAT, whatever, all these different. But at the end of the day, when you get to a university, you have to be eligible. Right. There's just no way around it. So you can not take this exam, not take that exam, do all these different things, but you still have to be eligible. That's number one. Number two, having good academics basically says, hey, I'm not a high drama kid. Coaches 100%. Obviously, well, yeah, but I mean, think about it. Like a coach, when you come into their program, they don't want to have to deal with you outside of football. They want to say, okay, well, this guy, no issues. I don't have to go outside of my coaching duties and recruiting and do all this stuff. So now I can just focus on winning and doing my job on the field for these young student athletes. And so the drama is cute. It's huge because I was at the Division I level, but it doesn't matter at all levels. There's going to be some kids that are, it's just going to be drama off the field.
100%. Yeah.
And it's a discipline thing too. But it's just, you have to do that. And also, let's talk about the eligibility center, the NCAA eligibility. That there's two things with that, right? So you used to be also known as the clearinghouse, right?
Right.
Well, you have to, before you as a coach, say you're at the D3 and NCAA level, before you give me any sort of opportunity, especially financially, you have to know academically if this kid's eligible. Right? Eligible through the clearinghouse or the eligibility center, right? Sorry, I'm old school and I'm so stuck on that.
No, it's all good. At the NAIA level too, it's called Play NAIA too, and a lot of guys wait till the last minute to do that, and it's the same. It's the NCAA clearinghouse, but for the NAIA. Just fun fact for guys that are doing that, but.
Well, there's two things with that because number one, so young student athlete might say, well, what is that? I don't know what that is. Well, basically what it is, it's an overseeing body that's going to say, okay, this student athlete is considered an amateur. right?
Mm-hmm.
They didn't go to the Olympics as a wrestler when they were 16, right? That's number one. And then number two, whether or not you can get a scholarship through academics or that you're academically, right? That they're not going to just take somebody that doesn't have all the core
They're
classes.
not going to take a risk. Yeah.
That's a part of the drama, right? Like, you think about it, like coaches are gamblers, right?
Yeah.
Everything's based on, most coaches aren't the best, for numbers and mathematics, but when it comes to percentages and gambling and knowing, risk versus reward, if you're a student athlete and it's between you and somebody else and your academics are poor and you're not able to meet those requirements, man, you're out. Those coaches are going straight to the other person because there's only so many spots. And I mentioned this a couple different times throughout my seminars, but the third slide when I'm teaching these seminars and workshops is we're going to talk about your opportunities. Division I, you only have 85 scholarships. FCS, you have 63. And then the list goes down the line. But those aren't total. Those aren't new scholarships. Those are just total scholarships. So those are the opportunities only for new guys. So you could only have at each level only 5, 10, maybe 12 guys that they're actually looking to bring in. So the competition of bringing in is that much more. High risk, high reward, and, hopefully less drama. So, and those are some of the things that, student athletes aren't going to understand. And for you and I as coaches, when we're bringing guys in, they don't understand how fast this process goes. Yeah. And if you don't, catch that wave, no pun intended here out in San Diego at the right time, you're going to end up being probably a situation you don't want to be in.